Hey guys, what is going on? It is me, Football All Around, and today I'm going to be doing the last ever match preview for the Premier League on this channel for a few months, just because, it's the last day of the season tomorrow. All the Premier League teams are playing at 3 o'clock. I'm currently recording this on Saturday. Alright. So yeah, I'm just going to go through all of the games playing tomorrow in the Premier League, and I'm just going to give my opinion and my prediction on them. So let's just go. First one is Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa have been dreadful this season. They've played even worse than Newcastle, which I don't even think is possible. So, yeah, Aston Villa, they've got no reason to try. They're going down. Arsenal, on the other hand, are still battling for top four. They're in a third place spot, and I think Arsenal will just coast home on this one due to the fact that Aston Villa are away. And at the start of the season, no one thought that Aston Villa would have got relegated because they did buy Micah Richards and Julian Lescott and a few other players. They did strengthen at the back, but it obviously didn't show that on the pitch, and they've been relegated. But I'm just going to keep this short and simple, and I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 1. So next up is Chelsea versus Leicester. Leicester, although they won the title before the Everton game, they did play really well and they did win 3-1. So I think they still will get a result out of this Chelsea game. I don't think they'll win due to the fact that they're away, and Chelsea have started to improve ever since Jose Mourinho got sacked. So I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Leicester 2, but I could be wrong. But they're both really good teams, and I'm just going to say 2-2. Next up is Swansea versus Manchester City. Swansea have no reason to try, unlike Manchester City, who are battling the final fourth place spot. Fourth place spot for the last day of the season. They are battling Manchester United for it. So I think Manchester City will try really hard in this game. On the other hand, Swansea, I don't think they'll try. They've got nothing to prove. They're in a mid-table spot. They're not, going to get Europa League football out of anywhere. They're not getting relegated. So Swansea are just going to play average in this game, unlike Manchester City, who are going to be trying so hard. So I'm going to say Swansea 0, Manchester City 2. Next up is Southampton versus Crystal Palace. Southampton are getting a Europa League spot. Crystal Palace nearly got relegated. Or they didn't nearly, but at one point they were looking like they were going to go down. But Crystal Palace have been awful this season. Not this season. They've been, start of 2016, they've been absolute awful. I mean, at Christmas they were in 5th. But after they've won one or two games in the entire of 2016, which is absolute, it's just dreadful. Unlike Southampton, who have been really good this season, and I don't get how every season Southampton sell their best players, and they do even better. So yeah, Southampton, I'm going to say Southampton are going to win 1-0 due to the fact that they're the better team and they're at home. So 1-0 to Southampton. Next is Watford versus Sunderland. Watford have just recently been beat 4-2 by Norwich, a relegated team. Sunderland have nothing to prove anymore. They've fought out of the relegation scrap, unfortunately. So I think no one will score in this game, to be honest, since Sunderland are away. So I'm just going to say a 0-0 draw. Next is Everton versus Norwich. Everton sacked Roberto Martinez. I don't know who's going to be in charge of this game for Everton. Unlike Norwich, who did get a really good performance against Watford, and they were trying, but unfortunately Sunderland beat Everton 3-0. Everton, I think they're still going to be tactically the same. Although I do think they'll win, I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet, and I'm going to go 2-1, just because they haven't got Martinez in charge anymore, and they are at home, so the fans are going to be right behind them. Next is Man U versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth have proved everyone wrong. At the start of the season, everyone thought that Bournemouth were going to finish 20th, but they've proved everyone wrong. They're not Leicester, but you know that they are still an underdog. Bournemouth, they do have the smallest stadium in the Premier League, and they've came out of nowhere, Bournemouth. So I think it's really hard, this one, due to the fact that Man U are at home, have the biggest stadium in the Premier League. They have the fans for it. I'm going to say 3-1 to Man U, but Bournemouth, you could prove us wrong, but I don't think so. West Brom versus Liverpool up next. Liverpool are in the Europa League final with Sevilla. West Brom, once again, like Swansea, have nothing to prove. You know, they're not going to get Europa League football out of just magic. They're not going down, so once again, they've got nothing to prove, like Swansea. Liverpool, they're in a mid-table spot as well. I think they're in like 8th or 9th. So I don't think they have anything to prove. I'm just going to say 2-1 to Liverpool, just because they've got more quality than West Brom, and both these teams have nothing to prove anymore. But just the fact that Liverpool, in my opinion, are the better team, and they have the better manager, and they have the better players. So 2-1 to Liverpool. And on to the final game of 2016 in the Premier League. Not the final game, just the final game of the season in 2016. 15-16. I'm just please. Oh, I'm rambling on, guys. But yeah, Newcastle versus Spurs. Newcastle's final game in the Premier League for God knows how long. Spurs, however, they're in top 4. They've been really good with Harry Kane, Dele Alli, you know, Eriksen, Lamela this season. They have really, really good players. They have an upcoming young manager in Pochettino. And the only way Newcastle will try in this game is because the players think they're too good for the Championship, and they'll try and get themselves to move to a Premier League club, even though it's their fault we're going down anyway. But I think they'll just try, to try and prove that that Premier League quality, and that's the only reason that they're going to try in this game, to be honest. So due to the fact that they're going to try, I'm going to say 1-1, but I could be wrong. They could get absolutely battered 3-0. Or Newcastle could win 3-0, but either way, it doesn't make a difference for Newcastle. We're down or out. So, yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say for this video. Thanks for watching, and bye.